Good evening. Sexual assault, domestic violence, bullying and homophobia. Just some of the serious allegations levelled at police officers in Murray by others in the force, mainly female civilian staff and the public.
One officer claims she was driven in a police van and abandoned in woods late at night. Another pregnant officer claims she was locked in a room and had to flee through a fire escape. A former senior officer is now calling for an urgent review of how internal complaints are handled. This exclusive report from Colin White.
This investigation by PERC, the Police Investigations and Review Commissioner, has been going on for months. Among the issues it focuses on are criminality and sexist bullying of policewomen by a group of officers in Forres known as the Boys Club. We're not naming any of the officers or victims involved. It all began 2 years ago when a female constable made allegations of sexual assault and domestic violence against her former partner, another police officer. She alleges she was bullied by his colleagues, the so-called Boys Club. They and their ringleader, Officer A, were said to be untouchable. She claims she was driven at night in a police van to Roseisle Woods and left abandoned and distressed. Another female officer in the late stages of pregnancy says she was locked in a room at Forres Police Station and had to use a fire escape to get out. Angela Wilson is a former senior officer in Scotland and a strong campaigner for equal rights in the police. She's well aware of the allegations.
If these allegations are proven to be correct, and I do hope there's a really thorough investigation of this, then it's absolutely disgusting and totally and completely unacceptable, especially in this day and age.
And there are many other allegations. A female civilian employee claims Officer A also locked her in Forres Police Station. Another was placed in a state of fear and alarm. And Officer A also faces allegations from 2 male officers about bullying and homophobia. The female officer who started all of this has never been happy with the way her complaints have been handled. Angela Wilson agrees.
There needs to be an urgent review of how internal complaints are handled to make sure there's impartiality for starters. There also needs to be a review of how the Federation represent 2 parties when there's an internal complaint, because at the moment they both represent the complainer and the person complained about, and I'm not clear that they can do that effectively.
But there are even more complaints. Separate allegations are now being investigated by Police Scotland. They include a male officer having sex in a police vehicle with a woman who'd reported a domestic crime, and a probationary officer carrying a knife on duty and driving a police vehicle using blue lights, despite not being trained to do so. So what happens now? Well, we don't know if any officer has been suspended or exactly how many are now under investigation. Police Scotland say they can make no comment. PERC confirmed they're investigating allegations of potential criminality, but won't comment further. It's expected a report will be sent to the Crown Office in due course. Colin White, STV News.